moments. Now let's talk a little bit to the man who's played for 12 clubs, managed 5. Andy Preece, how's your head after Sunday?
Well, it's not as sore as what it would have been if we could have mixed a little bit and we'd had fans at the game. But yeah, you're still buzzing from that sort of performance, that result, and being 2-0 down to a team that's 3 leagues above you. To win 3-2 is remarkable. So yeah, really proud and excited for the next round.
What was the secret, Andy, of your victory?
I think the belief that we had. I think we've had a poor start to the season. We've struggled results wise, but we've played well in every game. Just things have gone against us, and it was just keeping that belief with the players. Look, you're playing well. If you go to Wigan, who are struggling at this minute in time, lots of things going against them, a lot of young lads. If you stay in the game, then there's a great opportunity to pull off a massive shock, and that's what they did. They believed, they kept going, they stuck to the game plan, and we ended up with that result.
Peterborough in the next round. How do you feel about
that? Initially, it was like, oh no, it's one of the worst draws we could get, because we wanted to be at home. Financially, if we were at home, every chance of getting the game on TV. So that's massive for the football club. But then you look at it and you think, well, they're the top ranked team in the competition at the moment. So again, there's going to be no pressure on us. I know Darren wouldn't take us lightly, but the players might just relax a little bit, playing Chorley. So you look at it and you think nothing to lose again. So it's a great opportunity again to test yourself against probably the best team in the competition at the moment.
Andy, just before I bring the other guys in, just give us a measure of the scale of this victory, because Wigan, a club that were playing Manchester City in the FA Cup final 7 years ago, and you guys have turned them over, not just turned them over, but come from behind to turn them over as well. Have you had a moment to step back and savor the scale of the victory?
Probably not really taking it all in. What a performance and what an achievement that was. It was all right, 2-0 down, they've gone down to 10 men. Now, when teams go down to 10 men, it can make it so much harder, and especially when you've got a 2-goal lead. So we're like 3-4 leagues below. They've got full-time players in their team. So for us to then come back and find a way to break them down, and not to score once, but twice, but 3 times, and then go into extra time against full-time players, although with one extra player, that is incredible. It is an incredible achievement. And I think when you step back and you look at it, and you look where Wigan have been, and even though they're struggling at the minute, the resources that they have compared to what we have, it is an astounding result, and probably something that people won't realise maybe for a few days, that what a big result that was.
Troy, Rodney, I'm going to bring you both in, because I can't believe really that this achievement hasn't had more attention. It hasn't really been given the credit it deserves. Do you agree, disagree, or?
Yeah, I certainly agree with that. I think sadly it got buried under a continuation of mad Premier League results, but it shouldn't take away from what's been achieved. And what I want to say, just go backwards to go forwards, magic of the FA Cup again, isn't it? Here's a competition that people have wanted to get rid of and change around and almost kick to the curb. And then you get a result like that. And let's be honest, there were some fantastic David and Goliath type results over the weekend. But this was the one. I mean, I was at Wembley when Wigan beat Man City. And I know so much has happened to Wigan since then, but it shouldn't be underestimated what Dave's team has done. And as I said, I just think it got buried. But I think the magic of the FA Cup, it serves to underline its importance once again. And do you know what? With no fans in the stadium as well, you can look at it 2 ways. Well done to Chorley for motivating themselves, obviously being well coached as well, and just having enough drive to tackle that challenge and come out the other end with a positive result. Absolutely fantastic.
Troy?
Yeah, I just think the common, everything together at the moment has led to the great results in the FA Cup for all those non-league sides to not be as out there as they should be. You look at, we had Man City, Liverpool over the weekend, the Premier League, no fans being in the stadiums, the FA Cup diminishing at times in its glory almost, because people are only interested when Man United and Arsenal and Tottenham and all those are playing. I've seen the power of the FA Cup, been involved in a couple of good FA Cup runs, never in the second round, unfortunately. So I'm really jealous of Andy and the club at the moment. But we've had some great victories in there, and remember going up into the first round with Boreham Wood and going to play, Blackpool, at the time, a League One club under Steve McMahon, and everything about the day, because, the stadium was being half built. Our section of the fans were making more noise than their section of fans, who turned out incredibly well. That's all adds to, going away and putting up that fight, all adds to the love and the experience of being in the FA Cup. But, take that away, coming back from 2-0, and yes, Wigan have got a massive amount of problems at the moment, and I have so much love and empathy for that football club. But if anyone's going to tell me where my allegiance lies, it lies with a non-league side who go to a professional outfit, who are full-time, and turn them over. 10 men or not 10 men, like Andy said, they were 2-0 up. They will do things that will protect that lead. And for Chorley to keep going and get the winner in, Andy, 91st, 92nd minute, was it?
It was in injury time.
Injury time.
In extra time we scored it. So,
extra time.
Yeah.
To be able to sustain that and go through extra time as well, is absolute credit to everyone at the football club. And I'm really proud that you're with us today, because although you're not buzzing, bouncing off walls, I know that I can see that you're a proud man at the moment. There's one question I have, if you don't mind, Darren.
Go ahead.
What happens to you now? The next round is what, in 3 weeks' time? Are you allowed to train at all? Are you allowed to be together as a football team?
Yeah, we're okay, because we're the lowest league that can carry on. So we're elite because of what happened at the back end of last year with the playoffs.
Yeah.
A few teams argued that we were elite, and that got put through that the Conference North and South are elite. So we're carrying on playing. So we're fortunate in that way. Other teams like Marine who have got through, that is going to be really tough for them.
So what do they do, Andy? Are they not allowed to train before the next round of the FA Cup?
No. Well, hold on. I think I might have seen something. Where they might be exempt from the rule. So
right.
Don't quote me on that. I think that they might be okay. I think initially it looked like they wouldn't be able to, but I think something came in. If you're in the FA Cup, you're still in the FA Cup, that you can train. So I think they saw sense in the end that you could not train before. Before time. Ridiculous.
Well, listen, you've got 3 new fans in us, so don't let us down now. Going away to Peterborough. We don't care if they're the highest ranked team.
That's funny, Peterborough with an unbelievable home record.
We're rooting for you.
Now, Andy, the guys both mentioned the lack of fans in the stadium. How do you feel that helped you on Sunday?
I don't know whether it did help us. I thought that them having fans in the stadium might have worked it against them a little bit, because they're on a poor run. Things start to go against you a little bit. That if things start to go wrong, that they get on their backs a little bit. But as the game turned out, and then being 2-0 up, I think probably it ended up working to our advantage, because I think the crowd would have got behind them. They're down to 10 men, siege mentality. So I think when the game actually was being played, I think the crowd would have made a big difference to them, definitely. But it's just so sad at the end of the game that the Chorley fans just didn't have that chance to celebrate with us and get that feeling, because those are the memories that they'll cherish for the rest of their lives. It doesn't happen very often that you get these FA Cup upsets and these times in a club's history. It's only the 3rd time the club's been in the second round, and there's no one to share it with, and you try and make your own atmosphere, but it just doesn't. I've been in cup shocks before, and it just doesn't quite feel the same, but it doesn't take away, the feeling and the achievement.
For you, in your short managerial career in the dugout, either as assistant or as a manager, where does it rank?
It's up there. It's got to be up there. When I was managing at Northwich, we beat Charlton. Very similar situation to the Peterborough. That they were top of League One. Phil Parkinson was a manager, and John Joe Shelby played. I think it was one of his very first games for Charlton, and we knocked them out in the first round. That was, and that was an unbelievable achievement as well. Same thing. We were in the Conference North, so it's up there with that. As a player, we knocked QPR out the FA Cup when Ray Wilkins and Les Ferdinand and Trevor Sinclair, they had that side, and that was a massive day. I scored the winner in that game. So lots of good memories, but that's right up there.